Well, welcome back, everybody. My name is Robby. I'm the Health and Wellness Coordinator and one of your personal trainers here at the Mac Center in Salisbury, Maryland. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a very good friend of ours, our Ultra G anti-gravity treadmill. We get a ton of questions about this, and it is definitely the hardest piece of equipment to try and describe to someone. So I'm glad to get a chance to show you firsthand today. So a little bit about this machine. It's designed to take off a certain percentage of your body weight. So it's an unweighting device that allows you to take off a certain percentage of your body weight so that you can exercise in a way that's easier on the joints, can be very low impact. We can still train the tissues of your lower body and your cardiovascular system without jarring, and we can spare the joints of your hips, knees, ankles, lumbar, thoracic spine. So this has a lot of different uses, but again, the main takeaway from this is it's just like walking in a pool, but you don't have to get wet. Everything that we train in here, biomechanically speaking, will transfer directly and perfectly to when we get you out of the machine and you're walking and doing your thing outside of the machine. The really great thing about using the Ultra G is you don't have to change your clothes. You don't have to get into a bathing suit to get into a pool, and then you don't have to worry about if the pool is heated, especially now that winter is coming. It's a really great way that you can exercise and just be in your regular street clothes. The way that the machine works is we zip you up into an airtight apparatus, and what happens is it inflates with air, and just like if you were to sit in a bathtub and see the water level rise, and by running some computations we could calculate your body mass, the machine does very similar. Once you're zipped in, it inflates with air and actually calculates how much air your body displaces, and then from there we can take any single percentage points of your body weight off. Our trainers here to help get you in, and I refer to these as our neoprene tutu, and what these do is it gives the machine a tight seal so that we can zip you in and form an airtight seal so that the machine can inflate with air and unweight you to the appropriate percentage. We tell folks just step right into the circle here and into the treadmill. And then once you're in, we lift the machine up, and it can vary. Sometimes it'll right above the femur. For folks that need a little bit more support, we raise it right above the iliac, or like your hip bone. For our runners, we keep it a little bit lower so that they can maintain a neutral and unimpeded arm swing. And then from here, now that we've got your neoprene tutu on, we just go ahead and zip you up. This particular model, we can zip an individual up going forward. We can also work backwards. With this particular model of the Ultra G, we can also turn ourselves to the side, get ourselves zipped in, and actually work lateral planes of motion as well. So not only can we work that sagittal plane, we can also work that frontal plane of motion so that we can actually do a lot of similar movements to things that you would train or do in regular day-to-day life, or if you were training for performance. Then once we have you zipped in, it's got an airtight seal on the bottom, and so we just hit start. What happens now is the anti-gravity machine starts to inflate. It inflates twice, and so as it pumps air into what we refer to loosely as the bubble, It'll pressurize the machine, and this is where it actually can start to lift you up a little bit. It'll even give you a sensation like it's lifting you off your heels. Like, here we go. So we can bring you down so that you're only feeling 20% of your body weight. So I've even worked with some folks in a weight loss setting where they told me what their target weight was, and we ran some quick computation, lowered the weight control to the percentage that brought them to their desired target weight to allow them to feel what it would be like to achieve that target weight. So we've gotten the privilege to train with folks that have been coming off of ankle injuries, anybody that has, problems with their feet, anything from just like minor arthritis to total knee or even hip replacements. We've even had some folks that have come to us with lumbar spinal fusions and actually had the medical clearance to come and use the AlterG, and they said that they could exercise for a period of time actually pain-free. So the really nice thing about this is that we can unweight you to the perfect percentage where you can exercise in a pain-free environment. An internal forward-facing camera, so we can actually see people's gait and analyze gait mechanics on the fly without the individual looking downwards. So it can be really great to retrain gait for a geriatric population. For folks that are coming off of an injury, it's a really great way to make sure that they aren't compensating or develop any bad movement patterns. And the really great thing about this is it's got an internal forward-facing camera, and it's got 2 auxiliary cameras that we can place anywhere around the machine to give us a better look at how one's walking, their heel-toe mechanics. For some of our folks, we see shuffling their feet. And so it helps us as trainers analyze where our deficiencies are, what we need to train, and what we need to work on to get the person moving as optimally as we can. So I've trained a lady that she was 96 and we kept her walking. We've also worked with triathletes that were working on their top end aerobic endurance capacities so that when they're doing their runs, they can work on their cardiorespiratory endurance, but we can save their knees, the lower back, save them from their jarring, but actually still maintain proper and efficient running mechanics. So we've also worked with folks that have neurological conditions like Parkinson's, or if they've experienced like a minor stroke. This is a really great way for us to identify what's working, what's not working. And for us here at MAC, we understand that if you're not assessing an individual, if you're not assessing, you're guessing. And we've even had a gentleman train on this that experienced a C-spine injury, told by his neurologist, his primary care physicians, his physical therapist that he'd never walk again. And just last week, he put in 90 minutes walking at 70% of his body weight. So this is a really great tool to allow folks of all different populations and medical conditions to be able to exercise in a pain-free environment, which is probably the most important thing. We're actually the only facility here on the shore that has an anti-gravity treadmill that you don't have to pay extra for. A lot of times, a physical therapy clinic will bill insurance for this. Fortunately, we are blessed and lucky enough here at the MAC Center that All of our members have access to use this, even with the base gym membership. Everybody can use this, again, if you're medically cleared to use it. And it's been a really great training tool for us to, help our clients out and get them to a place where they want to be. And like I said, first and foremost, just allow them to exercise in a pain-free kind of range of motion and environment. So it's a really great machine. I feel very lucky that we have access to use this. This machine, just though it says anti-gravity treadmill, the capabilities and things that we can do on this piece of equipment transcend just walking, jogging. I've had folks work on their balance because it's virtually a fall-proof environment. I've had folks work on their mechanics as far as squatting and lunging. It's a really great, versatile piece of equipment, and the implementations of this are virtually limitless. And we're just very fortunate that we have this, and we really encourage you to come and check it out too. So again, thanks for joining our fitness moment. My name is Robby Chin, the Health and Wellness Coordinator and Personal Trainer here at Mac Center. Give us a call if you're curious about it. Give us a call, shoot us an email so we can set up an appointment together and have you try it out yourself. So thanks again for joining. We'll see you next time.